Hi, everyone. I have Tyler Courtney here with me. He is a sprint car driver, and we're just going to talk to him a little bit about some brain health stuff, concussion awareness, his experience with concussions. We love to support UPMC's sports medicine concussion program. We love Dr. Collins and all the work that he does. He's done for our family, for a lot of people in the racing industry. So, Tyler unfortunately had the privilege of meeting Dr. Collins, but we're just going to talk to him a little bit about his experience with that. So, will you kind of start us off with your accident, what happened, and kind of the days following that, and maybe how did you know you had a concussion? Did you know right away, or was it something like symptoms started showing up after?
Uh, yeah, so July 17th, I was in a crash at Eldora. Pretty nasty one. Um, yeah, broke my back, got a concussion, which came from like I got a brain bleed as well. So all this kind of stuff. So basically, all we could contribute it to is I hit my head off of something. Like with how my
Yeah.
cage got crushed, I hit my head off of a pole or the wall or something to that nature. And either way, got a brain bleed, a concussion. I I didn't know right away because I was knocked out for like 10
Yes.
minutes. So everyone else knew
Crazy.
pretty much right away that I, had a concussion or something, wrong with my head because I was asleep for a while.
Yeah.
So then we get to the hospital and, they do all the scans. I got a broken back and, a brain bleed and all that kind of stuff. And I don't remember really the whole day of my accident and pretty much the whole time in the hospital. I was there for 7 or 8 days. And for me, I thought it was 2. So
Wow.
that's how, like, messed up I was, and
Yeah.
messed up and, how much medicine they had pumping through me and stuff like that. So, yeah, pretty wild. So I get home, go back to Indy, and, I live in Iowa, but I go back to Indy, stay at my mom's house for, like, a week, just to kinda recuperate a little bit more. And a lot of that's fuzzy to me too. Really, up until I start seeing Dr. Collins, everything's pretty fuzzy up to that point
Yeah.
when, things start getting better. But just kind of going through the motions and for, you know, really the first couple months, my doctors really had me doing nothing, just letting my body heal. I got 10 screws in my back, a couple plates. So I wasn't allowed to do much for a while. And very frustrating for a person that is on the go all the time. So,
Yeah.
just sitting there doing nothing, and then yeah, I didn't notice much difference in myself, but everyone around me did. So, actually, Ryan Newman, my uncle, who is also in the crazy racing business that we do, he's part of the reason that I'm in it. He works for Ryan Newman on his little 500 car, which is a race in Indiana during the month of May.
Yeah.
So he called Ryan and said, "Hey, like, can you, we had all known about Dr. Collins through Dale Jr.
Yep.
And so Ryan reached out to me. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna give Dale your number. He's gonna call you and just listen to him." I said, "Okay." So Dale calls me and we talk on the phone for 30 minutes, and it was like talking to my best friend that I just
Yeah.
met. And it was just everything that he was saying was the same thing I was going through. And obviously he'd been through a lot of it. And he's like, "Okay, now that I've talked to you," he said, "I'm going to call Dr. Collins." He said, "We're going to get you in, and you just go and do everything that he tells you to do, and we're going to get you back in a race car." I said, "I'll do whatever it takes."
Yeah.
And so yeah, just subtle things like that. My wife, my now wife, noticed, like, definitely short term memory was a huge thing.
Yeah.
Um, and just struggling to have conversations, having to think about making words and things like that was tough for me. And I didn't really think about it, but everyone around me was thinking it. So we would go see Dr. Collins, and um, he told me this now that I'm cleared. He said, "When you walked in here," he said, "I didn't think you were going to drive a race car again." He said, "You were really,
Really?
really messed up." And he said, "But I could tell the determination in you that, if we put you through the processes that you might have a chance." And, luckily, for me, I went through all the processes and to listen to him through everything. And made it happen. And I got to thank Dr. Collins too, because I went there, for a head injury, but also with my head injury, I had an eye injury, and he got me hooked up with Dr. Steinhoffel, which is about 30 minutes north of Pittsburgh, UPMC,
Gotcha.
and that guy is amazing as well. And so, also with head injuries, you sometimes get eye injuries. So
Yep.
for me, I had a cranial nerve injury, it's cranial nerve number 4, and so that gave me double vision. and
Wow.
so I would see, like, right now you'd be here and here. That's what I would
Yeah.
see. And so then for a while I had glasses with a prism lens in my left eye, and did that for a while. Went through the process of that, and Dr. Steinhoffel was straight up with me from the get go. He's like, "Hey, this you could wake up one day and this will have fixed itself, or you might have to, wear those glasses the rest of your life." And we got to the point where I could see pretty well with my glasses, like I would say 98%
Yeah.
back with wearing glasses. So I was pretty confident getting back in a race car with glasses was going to be fine. And then I literally woke up one day and we were getting ready to leave the
That's
house, and my wife Asia
crazy.
was like, "Hey, do you want your glasses?" And I was like, "Huh, no, I guess not." And so yeah, it's just an amazing experience.
Wow.
Not one that I wish anybody to ever go through.
Yeah.
But I got to learn so much about heads, concussions,
Yeah.
eyes, all of that stuff, and just getting to be around Dr. Collins and the whole facility and everything they do up there, not even just for race car drivers, but for professional athletes of
Yeah.
all sorts, is amazing. And yeah, I want people to realize that in racing, we're gonna get hurt. It's not a matter if it's when.
When.
And that's the unfortunate part of our sport, but it's kind of the allure of it too. I think we all kind of strive for that, on edge feeling, and
Yeah.
I think fans enjoy watching the danger of our sport, and that's what they're like, "Oh, we got to slow the race cars down." And people go to watch to see how fast we go, and
Yeah.
we all know the risk of strapping in those race cars, and um, sometimes it comes to a head sometimes, but luckily we have great doctors like Dr. Collins that
Yeah.
can help us get better. And for me now, I have more knowledge to be able to hopefully help somebody, or at least have the contacts now to send them, if I can't help them, to Dr. Collins, and
Right.
let him take care of them. And as far as I'm concerned, obviously I haven't seen many head doctors, but I wouldn't trust anybody else but Dr. Collins, and he's just amazing.
Yeah, we agree. We think he's just the best in the business. He's helped our family members, so many drivers. I know my dad has been like, "Hey, we got to get this person to Dr. Collins." Even high
Yeah.
school athletes. He was
Yep.
working with a college basketball team, and one of the girls on the girls basketball team had to miss season after season. And he was like, "You got to go see Dr. Collins. Like,
Yeah, or you're never
let's
gonna
get
get
you down
better.
there."
Yeah.
And she did, and was able to get back playing, which is awesome.
Yeah, that was cool when I made my post about, going that I got to see, getting cleared and going to see Dr. Collins. How many people actually comment underneath that they either went or had a family member go and see Dr. Collins, and some of them weren't even, sports related. I think
Yeah.
he is just that guy that everybody goes and sees. And yeah, I guess we're talking about this, that you don't have to be a race car driver to go see Dr.
No,
Collins. Dr.
definitely not.
Collins is a phenomenal doctor from all standpoints. And yeah, you don't have to be an athlete to go see him.
No,
I think if you feel a need to go see him, he's going to take care of you.
absolutely. I mean, that's kind of the scary part. I'm such a weirdo now with my kids, even when they're on their scooter or their bike, you have to wear a helmet at all
Yep.
times? And I feel like our generation, we would just go. Our parents weren't like, "Put a
Yeah,
helmet
absolutely.
on."
Yeah, and you're like,
But now
okay, and you
I'm
you grab the helmet and strap it on your handlebars.
Yes, yeah. But now I tell them all the time, "You have to have it on because, it can happen walking down the street?" So, like you said,
Yeah.
he is for everybody, and we encourage anyone who feels that they need to
Yeah,
see
and I
him
think
to go.
that's the other thing too, is that other thing I've learned is that concussions, that first one you get, you may not feel anything, but
Yeah.
they pile on. And if you listen to Dale Jr., like, that's what happened to him. Like, his just kept piling up, piling up, piling
Yep.
up. and then it all comes to a head. And so yeah, if you're a kid riding your bike, fall off, hit your head, you probably have a concussion. You probably feel fine. You probably have one, and
Yeah.
it probably won't show itself until later in life. But I think that was my big thing. Everybody's like, "Man, you're going to sit out the rest of the year," but for me, like, to be able to race very well for the rest of my career, I needed to sit out for
Right.
those 6 months. I needed to sit and heal and do everything I needed to do, or, I coulda came back and raced at, you know, half speed, not half speed, but, like, half
Right.
health, right?
Yeah,
And let's say I go crash again, well, then I'm 4 steps further behind than I would have been if I
definitely.
just took the time and set myself out and healed the proper way.
Yeah. I think that's a hard thing that people
It's
face, especially in our sport and just professional athletes as
Yeah,
well,
it's
it's
very
like
hard.
you can't sit out, you don't wanna sit out, that's your form of income, that's,
Yeah,
your livelihood, that's your whole life, and it's hard to take a break and realize, "Hey, if I wanna come back just as good, like, I'm gonna have to take this short-term break," which you did, it was so
yeah,
awesome to see you get
yeah.
back in that car and win.
Yeah, no, it was cool, and, I got to, uh Dr. Collins was probably one of the first texts that I made, like, I had a bunch of texts after that night, and I
Yeah,
responded to those, but, like, my first text, like, out to somebody was to Dr. Collins, and, it was just cool. Like, I felt like, yeah, he was part of this process just as much as anybody else through this whole thing, and, for him to be just as excited as I was to do that was really cool.
awesome guy. Can you tell me a little bit about the exercises that he might have done or asked you to do? Because I feel like the more well-known protocol for concussions is, well, rest, like don't fall
Yeah,
asleep, but rest.
yeah,
Maybe you
so
need to avoid light for a little bit, but I feel like he's radically different.
yeah, they've kind of thrown all that to the wind. They want you to put yourself in situations. So, like, anxiety is a big thing that comes with head injuries as well.
Mhm.
Like, um, like, I would get anxious, just a little overwhelmed about some things. So he's like, okay, I want you to put yourself in overwhelming, anxious situations to rewire your brain. So
Yeah,
basically, a concussion is all your wires are crossed in there now. So it's just a matter of getting them back in the right place. And so reteaching your brain how to do those things is all part of the process. And so a lot of that was, yeah, just putting yourself in those situations and making your brain learn over again, like,
yeah,
okay, this is okay. And then a lot of the physical stuff is just like just just pushing yourself to a limit. And obviously for me, it took a little bit longer to get to those,
yeah,
super, high, you know, physical parts of it just because I had a broken back. So that
yeah,
took a little bit longer. Because like, and so yeah, one of the first times I went and worked out with his uh staff there, his team. The first time, yeah, I could hardly do anything without getting dizzy.
yeah,
And by the time we got to the end of it, like the time before he cleared me, I went through all the processes, all the steps of all that, and was able to stay balanced and do
that's
all these
cool.
things, not get dizzy and not see stars and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's like the I think the days of you got to stay out of the light and stay off your phone.
yeah,
All that is kind of out the window. It's more of retraining your brain how to do these things, and um, it's yeah, it was really cool to kind of learn that and be a part of that. And the same thing with my eye. Like, it was all like, everybody's like, oh, you need to stay off your phone, like, rest your eye, like, and my eye doctor's like, nope, like, keep doing it,
yeah,
make your eye work.
work.
And yeah, it was the thing that they gave me for my eyes was this machine that or it was on my computer, and I put these glasses on, and I'd have to press a button, like, to for things
Yeah.
to move. And I was like, man, this is like a video game. I was like, can I, like, surely I can play video games. Everybody's like, oh, you need to stay off the video games. Like, no,
Yeah,
dude, like,
no.
it used to be that way, but
Yeah,
get on them, like, play video games, like, make your, because, like, my head was fine at this point, but, like, my eye was still struggling. So, but my eye, so when you play a video game, your eyes are moving, but your
yep,
head's not moving, so it's fine. So you play a video game, you make your eyes move. It's a lot easier to get your eye to come back. And
yeah.
I'm not saying video games are the answer, but
Right.
I do know that they're not going to hurt you like the
Yeah,
common consensus says. So it was pretty cool to kind of get into those conversations and see what the common knowledge is, like, hey, we got to stay off all this stuff and blah blah, and for them to come in and be like, no, we're doing this and this, we're going against everything that everybody says,
Yeah.
and we're going to get you back in a race car. And yeah, it was awesome. I didn't know what to expect when I went there and did all of it, but
Yeah.
it was definitely more enjoyable, not doing anything and doing something, because you actually felt like you're doing something to
Yeah.
get better. And especially for a competitive person like me,
Right.
to be able to, kind of see myself getting better, was a huge reward in this whole process. Like, because you can kind of set milestones and take it step by step.
Yep. Just helps your motivation to keep
Hmm.
going. That's awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you got to see him. It's unfortunate the circumstance it was under. Like you said, you
Yeah.
never want that to happen, but reality is that it does happen in our sport, especially. So I'm glad that you were able to get to see him and that you're back at it. And when's your next race? Where are you headed to next?
We are headed to Vegas. We'll leave on Monday, actually. So it's
Nice.
about a day and a half travel, probably. So yeah, we leave Monday, hang out in Vegas for half the day Tuesday, and we start. Then we got like media day and stuff on Wednesday, and then we'll start racing Thursday, and
That's
then
awesome.
we race from March 12th all the way to the 28th. Like we got like 10 races in there, so
That's
pretty crazy.
exciting.
Yeah, so excited
And
to
you're
get
ready to
going.
get back at it.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. Just excited to get back on a rhythm of I it's not normal
You're
life to
normal.
yeah, to my normal.
Yeah.
Not normal for most people, and it's probably some people that are gonna watch this, but it is very normal for us to be on the go all the time.
Yep. That's awesome. Well, we're wishing you the best this season. We're so glad that you're feeling good, and I really
Yeah.
appreciate you hopping on here with me today.
Yep. I appreciate it. And yeah, I guess if anybody, ever has any questions or anything, don't ever hesitate to reach out to you guys, to reach out to me, or vice versa. So I appreciate it. And yeah, if anybody ever needs help, I'm always here.
Most definitely. Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you.